What is up? Welcome into Driving the Line College World Series edition. My name is Alan Bell. We've got a great show lined up for you, breaking down everything you need to know about Texas A&M in Florida coming up tonight. It is set for 7 p.m. Eastern. We will see if that works. We are 50 minutes away, and we're still in the seventh inning here between Tennessee and Florida State. So my guess is they push this thing back a little bit, and I'll tell you what, that's not a bad thing. All right. Weather is constantly changing, and I think that we have some nice things set up for it. So, first off, let's talk about this game where we're at right here, Tennessee, Florida State. Currently, what I'm seeing, bottom seventh, Tennessee up 6-2. Florida State coming alive here with the bats. Yeah, Caleb, you said it best. Need Florida State keep coming alive, cash this over. Absolutely. Now, it's kind of breaking out exactly what we thought. We thought we would see runs early, little bit of nothing here in the middle of the game, and then a flurry of runs at the end. Still have at least two at bats with Tennessee. I think they put up a couple as well. I think Florida State does too. So we'll see where we're at. But yes, you're right in terms of the over and not only the game, but Florida State the team total too. Get this thing going, man. So it is going to be a hell of a finish here in this game. Okay, so let me put up. If anybody's brand new to this, this is the most interactive show that we do. Come, bring your questions, thoughts, picks, bets, comments, and concerns. Drop them in the chat. I promise you we will get to them because your picks, thoughts, opinions, everything matters just as much as mine. So drop them in. Let's get it and let's go. All right, so let me put up the picks here for the night game here between Texas and Florida. And I'll put this up. So we got three of them. Okay. We're going to go Florida State. We're going to go Texas A&M money line. All right, minus 120. We're going to go Texas A&M Florida over 11.5, minus 115. And we're going to go Texas A&M race to 5 runs at minus 105. Now, let me explain my thought process and reasoning behind these plays. Okay. So, and I'll pull myself here back on screen. Florida's throwing Liam Peterson, their ace. It's a stud. But he's also been touched up a lot as of late. And even threw against Texas A&M in that first game. That could go one of two ways when you have a pitcher and, a team seeing each other this soon. Sometimes it favors the pitcher. Sometimes it doesn't. Here's the issue. The absolute most important thing in this game is how fast Texas A&M gets Florida pitcher Liam Peterson out of this game. That's the most important thing. Because if they get to Florida's bullpen early, it could be serious trouble. Now, not that Florida can't score, but Texas A&M could score a lot of runs tonight. Jeff Stewart says, no race to 5 in Arizona in the substitute. Let's see. Man, it's tough because I don't know what your book has. Do you have first 7 innings, first 5? Let me know just some options. Let me know some options that you see that you either like or kind of like, and we'll talk about it. It's just tough. I can't see what your book has. But, Jeff, my man, we definitely wanted to find you something to substitute that. Caleb says A&M money line and the over could be a good hedge, lower scoring game. Bingo. That's exactly the game plan. You nailed it, bro. Absolutely nailed it. That's exactly it, right? The magic number here is 6. You get Texas A&M to 6 runs, you are guaranteed either A&M money line or the over. Like at minimum, you're guaranteed one or the other. I'm going to play A&M race to 5 runs because I think very similar to this game, Tennessee and Florida State. I think that A&M has the better opportunity to start hot. I'm not saying that it happens. I mean, we saw Florida against Kentucky, but they've got like more times out of 10, I would take Texas A&M to put some runs up early, especially if they get Peterson out of the game. B Mills, what up? Doesn't A&M like to play? They do, but they'll play any style of game. Like A&M's not afraid to play. Like if you want to go toe to toe, run for run, they'll do that too. They can do it all. But yes, I mean they definitely prefer it. Although, let me say this: I don't know if they prefer it today. I think that they want to match what Tennessee did to start that game. Like the runs and leaning on the other team, it's like poker. It's like being, uh, having the most chips at the table. Runs, you can lean on people. You can lean on pitching staffs. You can lean on situations. I think that A&M actually kind of wants to open this thing up a little bit because they definitely have the advantage in pitching just because of games played. So, yes, B-Bills, you're 100% correct. 100% correct. But I think in this instance, I think that A&M actually might prefer getting this party started early because they could score runs too, is what with anybody. Florida could have a difficult time. Could. Big Mark, what's up, bro? Nice, nice, nice. Jeff says first four. Texas A&M over 3.5 plus 114. First five, sorry. Okay. First five, 3.5. First seven. That's what I would do. I would play that right there. First seven over 4.5. Like I don't hate the first five at 3.5 at plus money. It just gets weird. Like it just gets like if Peterson is on, like you could score those in the 6th or the 7th. I like the 7th here. I would trade the plus 115 and the extra run for the extra 2 innings. But that's just me. I don't know who A&M is going with. I've been trying to find it. I do not know. If anybody sees it, let me know because they haven't released it there on Twitter. If anybody can see it, let me know. I'll put this up full screen so anybody that just showed in can see the pics. So A&M has a fascinating, like I'll say this: whoever A&M throws, they want to do exactly what we spoke about this Tennessee Florida State game in regards to Z-Crest, Tennessee starter. You want him to go as long as possible, as long as humanly possible, so that you don't have to burn you don't have to burn many arms. Like that's the ideal play. Yeah, I still don't see A&M starting pitcher. If anybody sees it, let me know. But I haven't seen it yet. Pull this back down. I think the Rav suggested Tennessee might as well have parlay. Oh, nice. There you go. There you go. Done. First 7. Yeah, good call. Look, I think in this instance, like I'll trade the juice for the extra 2 innings. Let's see. Maria, I found race to 4 and race to 5 on DraftKings under Texas Florida game props tab, and I just scrolled down. There we go. Maria, hey, great look. Thank you very, very much. Great look. Absolutely. So if anybody can't find it, yeah, take a look right there, Maria. Thank you so incredibly much. All right. These are the picks. Again, if anybody's just hopping in, Texas A&M money line minus 120, Texas A&M Florida over 11.5, and then Texas A&M race to 5 runs at minus 105. Smiley face, Maria. Well done. Appreciate you. For real. Like, thank you so much. That is a huge hit. Okay. Let's talk about weather. All right. So how about so first off, in the first game, like we nailed that one. And then we've kind of nailed this one too in Tennessee, Florida State, that like the humidity's dropping. All right. And the wind is starting to shift. You notice, but in the first 2 games, and I'll pull myself back up here, you notice in the Florida, Kentucky game and then Tennessee, Florida State game, like for the most part, almost all of the scoring has come from hits to right field. Almost all of it. That is going to be even more incredibly important in the game tonight. And let me show you why. So I just put this together of the weather in this game. Okay. So It's starting to blow. So this morning, it was blowing somewhat out into right field. Now it's still going to the right side. Okay. But you start to see center field's going to be tough. Left field's going to be tough. Right field is where you want to be. All right. And even with base hits, like that's where you're going to find your money. You see the X's there representing left fielder, center fielder, right fielder. They're going to be able to cheat in a little bit. Left field and center field specifically. Right field might have to play true, play a little bit further back. But that's what you have. Now, 10% or 10%, 10 miles per hour east to northeast means it's blowing in center. You can see it really right where those little wind squigglies are. That's where we've got it. All right, 60% humidity. So compare that to this morning at first pitch for Kentucky and Florida, it was 80%. So we got a 20% dip. That's generally about 15 feet less that the ball will travel. I'll repeat that again. 20% drop in humidity is about a 15-foot fewer ball travel. That was a terrible sentence, but yeah, about 15 feet less. That's what you've got. So line drives are going to be very important. It is going to be incredibly important to not hit sky high fly balls to center field and left field because they will die, and like that, it's just not going to go. Like you're playing to right field is going to be where you want to be at. So left-handed hitters are going to have an advantage. Both lineups, pretty balanced. Texas A&M is extremely balanced. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Like, I mean, legitimately, like right down the line. Now, we saw Florida opt to put Jack Caglione leading off. And what do? Walked him 3 times. He had monster hits all over the place. They're going to do that again. I would assume. I don't have anything official, but I would assume that they're going to do that again. We'll go back to the chat here. Let's see. Thoughts on Texas A&M. Thoughts on Texas A&M over 6.5 plus money. So I think that this is a play. I like it. Let me say, I like it. But it's going to take a little bit of you're going to want Texas A&M to get Peterson out of the game early, get to that bullpen, and get going. But quite frankly, look, I'm playing the over of 11.5. So, I mean, I'm kind of counting on in that range anyway. So it is what it is. 6.5 is a tough number for anyone. But again, I don't hate it. Like I have Texas A&M at 7 to 8 runs, right? Like that's kind of where I'm at there. So I don't hate that play. Yeah, I mean, I'm on it. But again, and I say all that just to say, like, it's tough for any team. Like 7 runs, 8 runs, 9 runs, like it's difficult, especially if the wind is blowing. Pretty tough. But I don't think that it's going to be like the weather's not going to be significant per se. Just don't hit sky high fly balls to center field and left field because those aren't going to go anywhere. But you just get up, rip the ball. You'll be all right. Florida starting pitcher Peterson, right-handed guy. So left-handers for A&M will have a great opportunity there. Zach, Abby, when you're making your parlays, how do you choose who makes the two? How do you maximize the lines? Okay, so what I do is looking at the game. All right. I first take a look and like taking like weather and stuff out of it, like just looking at the game. I try to put together how each team will score, like the ways that they can do it. And what I mean by that is that let's just use A&M as an example. Okay. How are they going to get runners on? Like essentially I start with, I just write a projected score, like what I think the game is going to be. All right. Like I think this is going to be an 8-5 game for Texas A&M. Okay. So I then break down, okay, how would these teams get there? Right. A&M, the best team in the country at drawing walks. I think that they can use that to their advantage early against Florida starter Peterson, right? Get on base, cause problems, drive that pitch count up, and get going. And then once they get to the bullpen, they can have a field day at any moment. All right. So then after I've kind of projected like where I think like, and it doesn't have to be exactly like 8-5, like just in that range. So then I start to look, okay, which plays make sense with that, right? So whether you're going to same game parlay or, if it were, multiple teams playing. So if I were heading into this game, like if we would have had all the lines this morning, and it would have been impossible because we had to have that first game of Kentucky and Florida, like I would have just played Tennessee money line and A&M money line because both teams have such a significant advantage in terms of their pitching. All right. And their hitters are relaxed and playing without pressure. Like that would have been literally, that's it for today. Now, if I were parlaying something else, it would have been the over in the first game and then probably either Texas A&M or Tennessee, right? And probably would have been Tennessee. I think Texas A&M, like Texas A&M could blow Florida out. Florida could blow Texas A&M out. Or it could be really tight. Like I felt good about Tennessee because Florida State is just, they're just down to just the last dudes that they had. And quite frankly, the dudes they've had on the mound, like, have done way better than I thought that they would. I thought that this game would be way more out of control. But I hope that it kind of answered the question. Like, I try to just project the game of where I think that it's going to be. And then you could start to put the pieces together. It's almost like a puzzle, right? Like your corners that you put together first are the cornerstones of the game. Who's going to win? And what kind of runs are we looking at, right? Then you could start to play either a total, a run line, or start to put props in it. But today it would have been, I would have been taking the two teams to get to the national championship just because you have such an advantage of only having played two games. So I hope that makes sense. Sometimes I ramble, but like each time, like each parlay is different, but for the most part, it's like, okay, what is on the line? Who has a significant advantage where, and where can it be exploited? And I think that Texas A&M could have significantly better pitching options. All right, and I just mean overall, and they can afford to be stingy at the plate when hitting and draw walks. Whereas Florida, you can't really mess around. You've got to be aggressive, and that could work in your favor, but can also not. Texas A&M strikes out a lot of guys, so it just lines up for that one. Brian, ABA DraftKings under player props it has Lampkin. Okay, all right. So Lampkin's throwing. Oh, I would take the over. I would take the over. I think that they want him to go as long as freaking possible. Yeah, I would take that because if he's even like, it doesn't have to be like lights out. Like if he's just pitching well, yeah, like he just pitched against Florida a couple days ago and had 6 strikeouts. All right, he only gave up 1 hit. And that was in 3 innings. Like today, if he's pitching well, they'll let him go as long as he can. Absolutely, as long as he can. So I would take the over 4.5 on that one. Holding of Florida, Natty Future, probably taking A&M money line as a hedge. Yep, B-Bills. Yeah. Great call. Yep, agreed. And it's not at a bad price either. Yeah, I would definitely do that. Big Mark says, "What think after the success Florida had with that lineup?" Okay, yeah, agreed. Definitely agree on that one. The fascinating part is that Lampkin for Texas A&M's a lefty. We'll see, but that, I mean, quite frankly, like that could lefty on lefty in this wind situation could be very, very helpful. Yeah, would do it. Abby says Gators, hey, nothing personal at all, man. The only outcome is income, dog. Like that's it. Nothing personal at all. Hi, Tina. How are you? You doing good? Good to see you. Always appreciate you. So with that, oh, dude, Zach, man, anytime. Like in I was hoping that I wasn't like rambling. Like it's one of those to where each parlay is different, right? Like sometimes you just get it lined up to where it's like, oh no, these two teams are going to kill the other ones, right? And you get good prices. You're like, I don't have to I really don't have to think too terribly much about it. Other times you'll have, totals or whatever, that you're going to parlay. But no, man, dude, appreciate you. And if there's ever like specific games that you're looking at, hit me up, man. Let me know. Like we can walk through it. And again, not that, always be right. You guys crush it on here, but I definitely could give you my opinion of kind of where, I think that it's going to be. Definitely. You're not really okay, good. Good. I will ramble at some point, and like I'm telling you, like there are no hurt feelings here. So like I tell coach and everybody that that we ever work with, like, dude, just tell me. Like if I'm rambling or I have like a stupid idea, it's understood. Like you know what I mean? Like you're not gonna hurt my feelings. Be like, nah, we're good on that. Like, just chill. All right. Like, I can very much be an idiot. You know what I mean? So anytime, like shout that out. I assure you, you won't hurt my feelings, man. Like it's unless somebody's just being an ass, you know what I mean? Like we can tear them apart, but like none of y'all are like that. You know what I mean? Any thoughts, questions? Like, here's the thing, man, is like this game could go in so many directions too. Like, if you believe in Florida, I would bet Florida in early. Like, I think that the longer that this game goes, um, like if A&M is not like hammering down, Florida's not afraid, man. Like they can put some runs up on you, right? So I think I think Florida has to do not exactly what it did against Kentucky, because my God, I mean, 7 runs and a grand slam in the first inning, like tough to ask for that. But yeah, like if you truly believe in Florida, like I think that they have to do it early and keep it going. Um, A&M can afford to bleed this thing out. A&M, like we talked about that, and let me put the picks back up here in case anybody is new coming in here. So we got 3 plays. We're taking Texas A&M money line minus 120, the over 11.5, and then Texas A&M race to 5 runs at minus 105. So those are the picks. Make sure that everybody can get them. And look, it's 5:30. It takes 65 minutes minimum from the end of one game to start the next one. So I don't know if anything has been announced, but like I don't think that this game, like, going to the top of the ninth. Yeah, well, that was a great play, dude. Kirby's the man, dude. That stash, the hair. Yeah, Preston, indeed, man. Yeah, like this game might start at 7:30 Eastern, and I obviously I can't see if anything's been announced. But I have a hard time believing that it's going to start in 33 minutes. So keep an eye on that. If anybody's seen anything, let me know. But I don't know. Hey, look, I can give credit to Florida State. Um, their pitching staff today has done much better than I thought that it would. Like after the first inning, I thought that they were in serious trouble. Now it's the top of the ninth; they're down 6-2, and we could lose 2 bets on this. But first off, if we lose both these bets, I'll make them up to you in this game. Like, don't worry. But yeah, like I thought that like when they were changing pitchers in the first inning, I was like, oh dear God, like Tennessee could score 15 runs. I thought that Florida State would have a better offensive day. But I mean, look, we also said, dude, Xander Zegras is a beast. He's an absolute beast, man. Like he's Tennessee's number 3. He could be Tennessee's number 1. Like not even like that's the hard part is if Tennessee holds on and wins, like they have 3 number 1s, but so does A&M. Like if those are the 2 teams that we see, and I'm not saying that it is like Florida State go back and win this game, Florida could very much win tonight. We've said it all year. Florida is literally the most dangerous team. And think about this too. Tennessee and Florida and Tennessee and A&M, like they've all played each other this year too. Like it is not, oh, we don't know what these teams do. No. They very much know about the other ones, man, for sure. Big Zach. Uh dude, hey, talking to the hockey guys, dude, Mark of them crush it. But like I put it up there to say like thank you guys, like right here. Oh, oh, there we go. The video tutorial. Sorry, I hit the wrong one. But all right, Maria, DraftKings 7:30. Okay, perfect. Maria again coming in clutch. Thank you so much. Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way that they start this game in 30 minutes. It takes 65 minutes minimum. To clear the field, rake, bases, all that. That's not bad. Like adding an extra game today, and especially an extra game that went a little long, they're holding pretty true. Now, let me say this. Adam says, check the hotel at Rivers. Nice. Oh, of course, man. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. John, 3 outs away from Pierce and Natty. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we talked about the weather, and I'll show this again if anybody is new and missed it the first time. So again, if you're a lefty hitting, definitely in your favor. Right field, that is where the hits and home runs are going to come. But understand this too. You see this 60% humidity? All right, so it was 80% humidity in the first game. And that's why we saw just rockets and missiles all over the place. But here's the thing. So it's 60 at first pitch now. Every hour, it actually goes up. 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Central. The longer that this game goes, the humidity is going to significantly rise, like up to 75%. Not kidding. So that's why I was saying earlier that, like, this game being delayed is not bad if you want runs. And we can also see some serious fireworks at the end of the game, some serious ones. So pay attention to that. The longer that it goes, if that game drags out, yeah, we could definitely see it. So it's definitely something to pay attention to. Hey, Blake Burke, home run. There we go. If anybody played that prop, Blake Burke, home run. There you go. He was due for one, man, especially from the left side. And he had a couple bad, 2 at-bat appearances ago. It was an awful strikeout. But yep, Blake Burke, there's your bomb. So if anybody bet Blake Burke, I think it was like plus 330. Yeah, there we go on that one, man. Okay, so I'll jump out of here. Let you guys watch the end of this game here, and I'll get ready for the next one. But I can't thank you all enough. Seriously. So Texas A&M money line minus 120. A&M Florida over 11.5, and then Texas A&M race to 5 runs at minus 105. Those are our 3 plays for tonight. Now, if Florida beats Texas A&M, we're playing again tomorrow, and we'll go live again like we normally do. If A&M wins, and if Tennessee holds on and wins, it's same deal. Florida State comes back, they'll play tomorrow. Okay, so if both Tennessee and Texas A&M, if they both happen to win tonight, okay, we'll then break down the national championship. And understand, the national championship is a series of 3 games. First one to win 2 gets it Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We'll break down what the pitching rotation starters are going to be. We'll break down where the advantages are, how the weather is going to play into it, all of that. And these 2 teams, if it's those 2, and again, I'm not saying that guaranteed, like I'm not putting anything against Florida State or Florida, none of that. I'm just saying whoever the hell that it is. Once we get to the, national championship series, we'll break down all that, and we'll go in depth, and we'll do it live. And come hang out as long as you want, or catch it afterward. But we'll go through all that, literally everything that you need to know from a game one perspective, a game two perspective of information of starters, how lineups could play into it, and then a potential game three. So we'll go through all of that together. So, anyways, hey, thank you guys. Y'all are the best for real. I cannot thank you all enough, man. Y'all are the absolute best. So, all right, enjoy the rest of this game. Let's talk on Twitter. For the last one, Florida and Texas A&M. Have some fun doing it. As always, be live, normal time tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, breaking it all down. So, all that. Peace.